So we'll have a moment of silence.
Amen.
It's not a moment of silence.
Absurdities are for dummies.
Hello and welcome to the Absurditee podcast. I am Cameron, and with me today is the man that can't quite grow a full beard. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning. Not only can
It's not morning. It's not even morning.
That's why I say good afternoon instead we start. I'm like, well, can't say morning. But not only can I not grow a full beard, I no longer have a full head of hair.
Oh my god, you got a haircut.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I swore.
Wow.
Right off the bat, I swore.
Right off the bat. Goodness gracious.
I'll pour a shot of scotch and make me regret my life later. But yeah, it feels nice, but it feels weird because it's been a year since I've had.
Yeah, you've had long hair for a while.
Since I've come home, I've had long hair, but I went back to my high fade, and it looks nice. I like it.
See, I have also a fade, which is kind of weird now that we both have one. But like they always take way too much off the top of mine. I need to stop. I need to like tell them how long I want it, like specifically. Like I want my hair that long.
I was going to say same, but I had I would say like 7-8 inches of hair, and they took off basically all of it. I think I have 1 inch of hair left.
Well, hey, that's just sometimes you gotta.
I asked for it though. I was like, hey, you see the length of the sides? I want the top to be the sides. I want the sides gone.
Yeah, that's what I always tell them. I'm like, I want the sides gone. But I always tell them a 1 because like I feel like if I go less than a 1, then it's just like. Oh, it's too much.
I don't know. I tell them to go skin every time. I'm just like, yeah, side skin, short top.
Oh, I got the fat neck. So like, if I go like skin on the back and the sides, I got that roll in the back of my head, and I need a little bit of hair to cover that up.
That's how I feel about my chin. Whenever I draw my chin, I just have the chin. I'm just like, no, I need a little bit of hair right here, so I can't keep the entire neck cleanly shaved.
Right. You want to know something weird?
Continue.
Female kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Oh. What animal is it?
Isn't that weird? Why do they need 3?
What animal is it that has like 9 penises?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Now I'm intrigued.
It's whatever animal, an echidna. An echidna has 9 penises.
A what?
Echidna.
Echidna?
Echidna. Whatever Knuckles
I don't even know what that is.
Whatever Knuckles is from Sonic, that's an echidna. It's either 9 or 5. Which I think, like, once you get past 5, like, it's you just have more than 5.
Oh, okay. I see I see what it is.
Yeah, it has. Please tell me you didn't just type in echidna penis.
No, I said what animal has 9 penises. Because it's for research.
Yes.
It's research purposes. My wife's gonna be like, "Why is your search history so strange?"
Mr. Cavalier, we did a background check. We have to tell you, you're not hired. We're actually please right now.
We found a Google search for what animal has 9 penises. We are a little concerned about what you get into.
Now, any search you do after that is only going to make it worse.
Well,
like what animal has 9 penises? How to properly cut a steak? How to properly prepare your meat?
With 9 penises, that's how you do it. So I have You ever hear someone tell you something that they're right about, but you don't want them to be right about?
Is it based off of how they said it, or literally just the person?
No, just the fact of that they tell you something that you know is a fact, but you don't want to admit is a fact, but you hate hearing it because it is a fact.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, most of life is pretty sad facts.
So me and my wife were talking about rearranging our bedroom to kind of set things up differently.
I thought you were going to say to set the mood.
No, we rearranged, just set the mood. No, my bad.
Impressive.
But she was like, we need to figure out something to do with your guitar and amp. Like, you don't even touch it. And I was like,
I know, but
like, I mean, I want to. And she was like, no, if you wanted to, you would do it. You want to play your Xbox, so you do. You wanted to start a podcast, and you did. If you wanted to do it, you would find the time to do it. And I was like, son of a bitch.
No, guitar is different. No.
Can we say bitch?
I think we've said bitch.
I think we can say bitch.
I think it was like damn ass bitch.
Hell.
And hell. I don't care.
Just not the F word, not the S word, and not the C word.
Yeah. Can't say clitoris.
I mean, that's like a scientific word. Like, I don't think that's bad. Depending on the context, you can't call someone that.
I start calling people like fallopian tubes and just different female genitalia parts. But yeah, I mean, guitar is different because a guitar, as much as you love to play it, like, it's a lot of work to play guitar and to learn guitar. And normally when I play my guitar, it's because I hear something, I'm like, oh, I want to play that really bad. And,
yeah.
Like, but then I have to learn it. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like learning today. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Or saying that, like, I'm not trying to sit here and look up the tabs or the chords to the song just to sit down and play it.
Right.
For 2 minutes. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, like, I have to, like, set aside, like, a good portion of time in order to do that. So I'm trying to, like, rearrange my windows. That way I can, like, do everything I need to do. Sorry, I'm distracted. I will.
Could have just waited until the break.
I could have just, like, done it before we started this, but whatever. It is what it is.
It's called structure. Learn it.
Yeah. I'm having trouble with the structure part of the thing.
It's a thing that you're not comfortable with it for the first couple times that you like actually have it implemented.
Right.
But then once that structure becomes the norm, then it's the norm. You're comfortable.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like I don't know how I'm not used to like transitioning because we've been like this whole thing so far has been like a willy-nilly kind of thing. And so it's been a little difficult for me to like make the structure happen. But I feel like we're getting better. Perhaps,
yes.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
I like to think it goes into a not an argument, but a conversation I have with my boss where we were talking. We're like, we hate when people refuse to make small changes only because they're small changes. So they say it's not enough to actually change something like that much. So why?
Yeah.
It's like if you're making small improvements, even if it's the most minuscule improvement, you made an improvement. But if you sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because it wouldn't help that much. I'm like, but would it help? If it will help at all, then why not just do it?
Right.
Don't get complacent. Always try to improve.
So I came home from work today.
I hope so.
Yes. Or else I'm
talking from 169 right now on the side of the road.
I'm in some random person's closet because I didn't quite make it home yet. I go outside, or I when I pull up, usually all my dogs come like right to the fence, and they're just like, "Hey, what's up? Welcome home." Well, only one of my dogs was back there, or came to the fence, and so I was like, "Okay." So I came inside. I checked the kennel. The little dog is in her kennel, but our new dog, my son's dog that we just got, just found, I guess. He was not in his kennel. So I was like, well, maybe he's underneath the shed because there is like a little hole and he likes to go underneath there and sleep. So I go outside and I'm calling his name. I actually laid down on the ground and looked through the hole. Couldn't find him. I have no idea where he's at.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then I called my wife and I told her, and she goes, well, he probably jumped over the fence. And I was like, well, that sucks because he goes, I don't know. I mean, last time he got out, he was gone for like hours, and finally he came back. But one of my wife's coworkers told her, hey, I think I saw someone in an SUV pick up your dog, like get them in their car and drive off, like from the road she lived on. I was like, well, great. He's a super well-behaved dog, so he's probably going to sucker them into keeping him just like he did to us. But here's the thing. Our dog has a collar on him.
Yeah, that's
it doesn't have a tag. He doesn't have a tag. When we found him, he had no collar.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's different than when you guys found him and he's wearing nothing. Like, this time he's wearing something.
Yeah, he has a collar. Granted, we don't have a tag on him yet. We need to, but we just haven't done it yet. But you know he belongs to someone when he has a collar on. Like, you know. He's not just some stray running around.
Yeah, so if someone just took that dog, that's kind of screwed up.
Yeah. And my son, that's like his best buddy now. And he was bawling when I told him. And I said, listen, hey, they might bring him back. We posted on the Facebook page for the town Facebook page, hoping that somebody will see it and be like, yeah, hey, I have your dog. I found him running around. I didn't want him to get hit by a car. And what I'm not hoping is that someone's like, oh, hey, look, this dog's super well behaved. Let's just keep him.
Yeah. So someone driving by having a thought, being like, God, I want a dog, but I don't want to spend any money.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I don't want a puppy. I want a full grown dog. I mean, granted, I think he's still a puppy because
probably like 2 years old or so.
If that.
I mean, yeah, they grow fast, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's fully grown yet. Like, he has a lot of like loose fur on his back. Like, I mean, I could get like a whole handful and like pick it up. So I think he's got a lot of room to grow, and he's going to be a pretty good sized dog. But I just want him to come home. That's all I want.
That would be nice, yes.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Rex, please come home.
Rexy, come back. No, really. For my son and my dog and my actually for all of my kids, because they're all like freaking out right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a sad day in the household right now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on with my week so far. Granted, we are doing this on a Tuesday rather than a Friday, so stuff in our weeks has not quite developed the way it normally does. We might not have near as many stuff to talk about. Near
as many stuff.
I got it.
No, I think the first one was right. I think the first one was correct.
Near as many stuff. Yeah.
Near as many stuff. I have become a statistic today.
Oh, okay.
I have become the reason why there are labels on containers.
Oh God.
Because I was sitting there and I was soaking something in a cup. So I had put bleach and warm water in the cup. And I had emptied the cup. And then I had forgotten to rinse out the cup. And then I used the cup for a smoothie. And I was like, this smoothie tastes really weird. It's this cup, by the way. It's this cup. So it was full to here. And I started here being like, it tastes weird. And I made it down to here until I was like, that tastes like
That's why they make warning labels.
Yeah. That's what bleach tastes like. Amazing.
Speaking of people doing stupid things,
dun dun.
On to the news stories. But before we get started, Jake has to take his shot for swearing.
I have to take my shot for swearing. So,
and there it is.
Scotch.
Oh, yeah, your Scotch shot.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No, you're not supposed to.
It's been making
it's a sip and drink.
I know.
Now you're dying. Now you're physically dying.
Now I'm physically Asian.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So now let's get on to the news.
On to the news.
Two men face felony murder charges after Georgia deputy dies from wounds.
I thought you were going to say two people face murder charges after George W. Bush.
George W. Bush. All right. Two men face felony murder charges in connection with the shooting of a Decatur County deputy who died Monday morning, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Sunday night, the deputy, identified as Lieutenant Justin Bedwell, was shot in the midst of a pursuit Saturday that began in adjacent Seminole County. A deputy there tried to pull over a white pickup for reckless driving, but the truck with 2 men inside didn't stop. The men fired a weapon at deputies pursuing them, the GBI said in a news release, adding, the deputies returned fire when the chase moved to Decatur County. Deputies there joined the pursuit.
Okay.
So, one of the suspects, identified as Brad Phillips, 41, was taken into custody without further incident. So that's good.
Yeah.
They caught them because they wrecked in a wooded area. So, the men are accused of felony murder, aggravated assault of a peace officer, being a party to the crime of murder, attempted home invasion, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime.
I think they're done for a while.
Yeah, they're going to be in jail for a while.
I mean, listen, just don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, that's
life.
That goes for life.
Just don't. Like, if everyone
Which is
was
ironically probably what they're going to get in jail.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But
Okay.
Yes. Involved assholes, but yes. So, Tennessee man leaves large amount of money to dog in his will.
I was going to read that last week.
So do you know how much it was?
Didn't it just say it?
It said, I took it out because I wanted to make you guess it.
Oh, okay. It was $5 million, right?
It was $5 million to a 8-year-old border collie named Lulu.
What's a dog going to do with that money?
That's what I was thinking. And reading farther into it, he had somebody that was taking care of Lulu. So I think maybe the money's going to that
so the
person.
caretaker. Okay,
probably. That's what I'm assuming.
Then why not? Oh, I guess you can't. But here's what I don't understand is, like...
What's the legality of that? Like, if you actually...
Yeah, like...
What happens to it?
What if I decide to buy myself a car with it? Like, you're not going to know because you're dead. And the border collie's going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, there's not going to be any debate.
Yeah, like, say there wasn't a caretaker, and it was just a man with a dog, and he dies and leaves all the money to the dog. Like, what happens to everything? The money,
Nothing.
the house,
Nothing, because no one can claim. I mean, I guess if it's like legally in a will, I guess nothing can happen to it because, I mean, like, that he left it to the dog, so it's up to the dog to decide where that money goes.
Look,
but
do you have anything to say? She does not. I rest my case.
But I mean, yeah, I don't understand why people leave money to their animals. Like, I get they're the fur babies or whatever, but I wouldn't even give my dog a $20 bill.
He would eat it.
Because they're just going to eat it, and then it's going to be in pieces and crap in my backyard. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, domestic violence incidents rose in the U.S. during pandemic lockdown. Yeah, everyone's getting tired of everyone's crap, so they're just beating the crap out of each other.
The lockdown was the time that people realized they were in bad relationships.
Yeah, so domestic violence incidents rose in the United States by about 8.1% after the imposition of pandemic-related lockdowns, according to an analysis by the National Commission on COVID-19 and Criminal Justice. So it rose 8.1%.
These are their stories.
Ba-bum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that whatsoever, because, I mean, it's just people being locked. No matter who you're with, if you're stuck in a house with them almost 24/7 every day,
yeah,
it's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
you're going to get tired of somebody, no matter how much you love them.
The chair of the University of Miami Department of Sociology and lead author of the analysis, Alex Picaro, told CNN in an interview that the researchers found overwhelming evidence of a rise in domestic violence no matter what metric they examined. Now he's about to say something that he should just immediately go to jail for. He said It was a striking result. Why would you use that word?
For the headline.
Data on the domestic violence is particularly difficult to study given that many victims do not report the crimes to police or their pleas are not taken seriously. The pandemic stay-at-home orders have also further isolated victims from outsiders who may otherwise see signs of abuse or violence. Picaro says, in my mind, I think 8% is a floor, not a ceiling. I think the problem is actually worse than we actually know right now. Which is true. A lot of domestic violence people or victims, not just people, they usually don't come forward with it. And now the people, like within a lockdown, if like cousin Sarah, you're hanging out with cousin Sarah, she's like, why do you have bruises everywhere? Well, now it's not happening because they can't go anywhere.
I wonder how much that isn't being reported is mutual domestic violence of just a couple beating the shit out of each other. Oh, I cussed again.
Wow!
Like a couple just like
so good. You did so good last week.
I've done so good the last couple of weeks.
And now,
like one at most.
Just
it is I've been really relaxed today. I've had a really good. I wouldn't say really good. I've had a good 2 days.
That's good.
Monday started bad, and then the rest of it turned out pretty well. But yeah, I mean, I wonder how many couples out there are just like physically violent towards each other, like both parties, and then it's just like they just work it out and then go to sleep.
That's fair, to be honest.
I think that's like, I mean,
but
with a fair right.
I never understood physically assaulting someone that you love.
Sometimes I can see it.
I mean, I could see getting frustrated with them or yelling because of frustration, but like,
if it is agreed upon that if you hit me, I hit you.
Well, I know. I just don't know. I don't know how you get to that point. Is what I mean.
Well, okay. In all honesty, I feel like everyone gets to that point, and then just doesn't do it because they say that would like.
Well, yeah, because it's what we call morals.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's agreed upon, of being like, yo, we got a place in the garage. And, like, if we get heated, we're like, all right, meet you in the ring.
Okay, well, that's when you take that place in the garage and you hang up a freaking punching bag. Punch something besides your significant other.
You've never been closer than when you bleed together.
Oh, God. Okay, let's go on to your next one.
All right, we have California duplex with mannequins in every room listed for $650,000.
That's a no from me, dog.
To be sold as is.
Yeah, that's a no from me, dog. I mean, I guess I'd just buy it and then just get rid of the mannequins.
That's a lot of, like, I already paid $650,000. Like, I'm not also paying to have.
Listen, I will slide 2 men in a truck an extra $200 to like take the mannequins somewhere.
This multifamily home has a few surprises for anyone who plans on going on a tour. Expect multiple statues and mannequins to cover this entire $650,000 house labeled as potential income property.
My question is what's a multifamily home and why would you want to live there?
Okay, so that's what I was saying because
it sounds terrible.
Yeah, what I'm assuming it's like an apartment building, but like, I guess the rooms are just conjoined.
I wouldn't like that.
Conjoined. Yeah.
I wouldn't like that at all. That sounds terrible.
I don't like my neighbors being as far away from me as they are right now. I
barely like living with my family, much less someone else. I'm just kidding. I love my family.
I don't want to hear noises on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
I can't explain.
I don't want to hear when Steve and Jane go at it.
Or Steve and Steve.
Or Steven. Why would you date someone with the same name as you?
Because it'd be funny to be like, say, like your name's Jenkins, like Steve Jenkins, Mr. and Mr. Steve Jenkins, and they're both Steve Jenkins.
Dumb.
So I'm Steve Jenkins, and that's my husband, Steve Jenkins. Steve. That's what we make a law firm. Steve.
I heard, this is totally unrelated, but I can't remember where I heard it, but it was a news story of a guy and a female, a male and a female.
They said a guy and a female. I'm like, that's being pregnant.
I did say a guy and a female. I did say that, but I meant a male and a female.
Okay.
both of their names were Terry. And then, so when they said Mr. and Mrs. Terry, that's like legit, like correct. I didn't remember the last name, like Hernandez. I don't know.
I mean, but yeah, at that point you're just Mr. and Mrs. Terry Hernandez. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but they're like one was spelled Terry and one was spelled Teri.
I would just change the E to an O and just call her Tori.
Yeah, or Turi.
Turi.
You ever watch the Cleveland Show?
No.
Oh,
I think I've seen like clips of it.
That's where that came from. Turi. All right, was that your story? Were you done with your story?
Go.
Okay. Connecticut man accused of starting Molotov cocktail fires targeting ambulances.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why?
Out of anybody that you have a beef with, ambulance drivers? Really?
Yeah, I know. 37-year-old Connecticut man who allegedly used a Molotov cocktail to start a fire at an ambulance facility is also responsible for starting at least 4 fires throughout the state. Richard White, 37, which I said earlier, is in custody in Pennsylvania on charges related to the fires. According to the press release, an employee at Hunter's Ambulance in Meriden told officers that White, who was employed by Hunter's, got into a physical altercation with another employee around 10 a.m. On Saturday and fled the scene before police arrived. White had previously been placed on administrative leave by the company after a disciplinary hearing. So he worked for the company, got put on administrative leave, and decided he was just going to go chunk some Molotov cocktails in there as payback.
But, like, you know, I don't know. I
don't know either. Like, people these days are insane.
It's because, I mean, since he works for the company, I mean, not defending him, like, since he works for the company, like, obviously he has personal beef with that. Like, he has an agenda. He's like, oh, well, these people are going to do this. Clearly, he had issues beginning since he was put on administrative leave. Like, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, he had disciplinary actions beforehand. He was a problem before, and he just, like, cranked it up a notch. He turned up the heat.
Full puns intended.
Oh, my gosh. Sorry, I had to do it. What's your last one?
Give me a second. I have to unwind from that statement.
Hey, that was a good pun, all right?
This one, I almost wanted to put into my obvious headlines. Passenger uses pepper spray on airplane, preparing to take off. And he's quoted saying, everyone started coughing.
You don't say.
Quote. Yeah, you don't say. The plane for United Flight 1061 from Fort Myers to Newark on Monday was taxiing, preparing to take off when a passenger said he accidentally hit the pepper spray on his keychain.
You'd think that before he got on the plane, they would be like, bro, you got to put that away.
It's like, if you're gonna be in a situation where you need pepper spray on a plane, trust me, there's a lot of people there to help you.
Listen, last time I flew, I got pulled to the side to check my bag because I had a Dr. Pepper in it. This guy can bring a freaking pepper spray on there? Come on.
I went from what was it? I went from Japan to LAX. I don't remember what the actual Japanese airport was named. But basically, I went from Japan to LAX. Actually, specifically Tokyo. And at LAX, when I was flying from LAX to, it was another one. I don't remember exactly which one it was. San Diego, actually. They confiscated my bottle opener on my keychain because it was like a bullet, but it was clearly a bottle opener because I had the fucking over there. I'm like, so you mean where the primer goes for the explosion that propels a bullet, clearly made for to open up a bottle, and you're being like, oh, that could be used as a weapon. I'm like, I could be used as a weapon, and I could hurt you right now if you don't give me back my bottle opener.
Apparently, my Dr. Pepper was a weapon,
yeah.
So they confiscated my Dr. Pepper and threw it away. But this guy can bring pepper spray up on the plane.
Now, doesn't
make any sense.
Is it legally frowned upon if you work for them, and when you confiscate like a Dr. Pepper, you just drink it in front of the person you took it from?
I mean, I would totally do that.
I would do that too. I'd be like, you can't have this, sir.
We are not sponsored by Dr. Pepper, by the way.
We are not. I'd take it.
I'd take it. Dr. Pepper, if you're listening.
We would take anything, though. We're desperate.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know if we're desperate or if we're just easy.
Yeah, we'll take
what we can get.
We'll take anyone.
Absurditee podcast. We'll take literally anything.
Literally, we'll grab the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, if you have a company named Bottom of the Barrel and you literally just sell nothing, we'll be like,
we'll take it. We'll take a barrel company. Like, I don't even care.
If you thought you were the bottom of the barrel, let me tell you about Barrels Incorporated.
Oh, man.
Alright, now we're going to obvious headers. This is number 2 for the show. Second time. But before we go into that, I've been a naughty boy. Gotta take a second shot.
A naughty boy.
Naughty.
Naughty.
Naughty. Alright. Blinkies.
You can tell how much more self-control I have. Oh, God. I don't know why he does this to himself.
Oh, because it's a punishment.
Well, I understand. I'm talking about cussing. Like, you know what you have to do?
Because it's in my jeans. I'm not wearing jeans, I'm wearing sweats. But they're in my jeans.
I mean, I have half the same jeans you do.
No, it's in my Marine Corps blood. And I have
the same half that we would get that from.
Listen, when you have a sergeant major that gives you speeches and he can't go a sentence without cursing at you, and every second word you hear is the F word, it gets ingrained into your blood. Like, that's you now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm now a heathen, yeah.
A heathen.
I'm trying to be better, though. I'm trying to articulate myself better. I'm trying to sound more intelligent. It's difficult, especially, it'll probably get worse again because now I've taken 2 shots of scotch. Which just means less self-control.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I really do my best. You said you need fluff. Here's the fluff.
Are you drinking strawberry milk?
No.
What is that? Oh, I thought it was a strawberry milk.
Oh, I wish it was.
I thought it was like one of those Nesquik.
Like a strawberry Yoo-hoo. Oh, the Nesquik.
Yeah, Nesquik is the way to go. Strawberry milk is amazing.
It is. God, I love those pink cows that produce strawberry milk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Gotta love pink heifers.
Pink heifers. Oh, let's not say that again.
Pink heifers.
Anyway, so study shows frequent sex enhances pregnancy chances.
Oh, is that how you get pregnant?
Allegedly.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard you're supposed to pee on somebody's leg.
Oh, I thought the stork just brought you a baby.
Tony Stark just brings you a baby.
Tony Stark. I am Iron Man. Here's your baby.
It's a little baby in an Iron Man suit. That'd be adorable. That'd be awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Rooms with broken air conditioners are hot.
Depending upon what time of year.
That's what I thought when I read it, too. I was like, well, that's
During
not
the winter,
always.
not so much.
No.
During the early spring, not so much. Late fall, not so much.
Did I tell the story of how it was so cold in my house when I lost power that lost the... It was like a kitchen to the bathroom. I lost all power, so I only had power to I think it was one outlet, and it was the one against the wall right here, and it's where my AC was plugged in. But it was basically literally freezing in my house. Like, it was in the 40s.
That's not literally freezing, then.
That's basically literally freezing.
Those 2 words do not go together.
Basically, literally freezing.
Basically, literally. Was freezing.
It's like saying for sure, approximately.
Yeah, maybe for sure.
Yeah, maybe for sure. Which I feel like I've probably said that a couple times.
It's a complete oxymoron. Like,
let's not go calling names.
I'm not sure if I used that term correctly, but I'm pretty sure I did. How
many
different drinks do you have?
Well,
I've seen 3 come to your mouth in the last 2 minutes.
I'm literally looking for a 4th one.
I have one. I have a thing of water.
Well, no, I had my Bud Light that I finished.
Okay, so you had 4, yeah.
No, I have 3. No, I have 3. I mean, if you don't count my shots.
I am counting the shots, because that is a drink.
Yeah, but but like right now, it's not a drink. It's a temporary drink.
Literally, I've seen 4 different drinks go to your mouth in the last 2 minutes.
I mean, yes, you have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, good God, how many do you have? Right now he's drinking all of them for you audio listeners.
I was going to mention the fact that I was going to be like when I revealed my hair. I was going to be like, for you audio listeners, this means literally nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to like. It's hard because like we're seeing each other. So like when you describe something that you can see, like you just say, "Oh, it looks like this," or like it's this big. But like to audio, they don't know. Yeah. They don't know.
Well, 90% of my humor is visual effects.
So like audio-wise, you're just not funny at all.
Yeah, exactly. Except for my really bad puns that I tell. When then they just hear that and they're like, "Well, that was just a bad pun," and they don't see my face and being like,
"Yeah."
Like they won't see that. So
they won't see it. No.
It's like another couple of people just confused. They're like, "I don't know what the hell is going on right now."
We got to reel it back in now. All right. Obvious headers.
State population to double by 2040. Babies to blame.
Is it the baby's fault though? I think it's more.
By default, because it's the babies that are going to grow up and then have more babies.
But it's the adults' fault for having the babies.
Yeah, but the adults used to be babies.
I mean, it had to come from somewhere. Someone had to start.
Chicken or the egg?
I don't think they were babies. I don't think Adam and Eve were babies.
Well, let's not go that far. All right?
That was disgusting. I'm leaving that in because of how gross that was. Like I'm not taking it out because that was gross.
I didn't
almost as bad as my swallow from the hot beef juice episode.
I didn't think that would be as audible. Like,
that was extremely audible.
Because my audio playback is in the microphone that's attached to my headset. So, like, I'm very loud to myself, but it's so that I can hear myself over anything else that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that this microphone would be able to pick that up.
No, I picked it up.
I keep telling you, man, you gotta get this microphone.
Well, okay, brand. You want to buy it for me? Then do it.
Listen, hey, whenever that COVID money comes in, I just buy it, all right?
Trust me, I would love to have a nicer microphone, but I'm a little strapped for cash right now.
That's fair. That's fair. World Bank says the poor need more money.
Or the rich need to give away some money.
I mean, same thing.
Potato, potato.
No one, I swear if I see someone say potato.
I know, who says potato? Besides being British?
No, they don't say potato.
They don't?
No.
Could have sworn they did.
No. At least the British people that I know do not say potato. They all say potato.
All right. If we have any British listeners, let us know if you say potato.
Yeah, John, if you're listening right now.
I don't know if you can, like, type out that you say potato. I guess if you put P-O-T-A-H.
I think by default, by the spelling, technically, I think it's supposed to be potato.
No, I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
Because
if you go by the spelling, it's an A. An A makes an A sound, unless followed by an H.
T-A, ta.
Okay, what about table?
See, that's no. This is
why English is so hard. This is why English is the hardest language ever.
Yeah, I was say because this is why that is because we don't say things based on proper pronunciation.
Okay, but no one would call it a tobble.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's like we don't say things how we say things how it's been most popularly said.
I don't know about that.
Because if you
what about camera?
Should be camera probably.
Camera?
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah. Like you say,
it should be a con of pop. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like you can't say that it's it should
this
be.
This is the argument of pecan or pecan.
Like the
Pecan, pecan, or
pecan and pecan are like literally you're changing both the vowel sounds.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the argument that people have is like some people say.
See, I call
pecan,
it a pecan.
I call it pecan.
Yeah.
But now you're saying con, as in, but it's CAN.
Okay.
Where you normally say can.
Okay. I also
that's
say
why English sucks.
I also call it a washer, like a washing machine, not a washing machine.
Wham!
Like, will you put that in a washer for me?
Oh, you're Boston. Hey, babe, can you put that in the washer?
I mean, it is. It's kind of like, yeah, put that in the washer for me.
Why? What do you want? I'm putting in the washer.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, God.
Oh, the jokes that we have.
I know, like, we could go on and on, but we gotta have some structure here.
We have to stop entertaining ourselves and entertain other people.
Yeah, I know.
Homicide victims rarely talk to police. Which, by the way, okay, when I saw this, I thought, rarely? Like, has there been moments where it's like, I think they're murdered.
Wait, they said rarely?
Rarely talk to
It should be never.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine someone laying dead, be like, I think this person was stabbed. They pop him. Actually, I was actually shot. Thank you for, like, if you could just look. I'd appreciate that. Now, give me a moment.
They're laying there dead. And they're like, Jonathan killed me. And they just,
Well, sir, I think we solved the case.
Well, let's go look for Jonathan.
Just a woman laid dead, just on the ground. A man's looking at her and being like, she looks up like, my eyes are up here, lays back. Even after death, damn it.
Oh, no. Oh. My goodness gracious.
Utah Poison Control Center warns people to not take poison.
It's smart to not do that.
We know a thing or two.
But listen. Can we get in trouble for that?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
We're not making it a slogan. We're just
okay. I just want to make sure. I want to be on the up and up here.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I completely lost track of what I was going to say because of that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I honestly think we should just take all the warning labels off of everything and just let natural selection take its course.
But then I'll drink bleach again.
Well, that's your fault. We didn't even talk about that. Did we? No, we didn't. We didn't even talk about that.
Yes, we did.
Are you sure?
Yes. We absolutely did.
Okay.
But we absolutely talked about the fact that I accidentally drank bleach because I put it into a smoothie without washing out the cup. Which, first off, it's not like I grabbed the bottle of bleach and I was like, "Oh, well, this looks like water," and just drink it. No.
I think we did. I think we talked about that before we started, but we'll see who's right.
I'm 100% certain because I went into the whole spiel of like reading it off.
Are you maybe for sure?
I'm pretty sure that I'm 100% positive.
I'm maybe for sure right now.
I am literally probably sure. You know what? The more I drink, the more I just become a white girl. Be like, oh my god, I literally.
It's basically definitely a thing.
I'm basically Britney, bitch.
Oh god. Do you have any more?
That was my last one.
Oh no. Okay. So I saw this on the social medias, and it just kind of drives me nuts. It really grinds my gears, if you will. People that use their family name as a reason to act the way they do.
Oh, like they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I acted this way. Like I'm like that's my blood." They'll be like,
"Oh yeah, that's a Jefferson
like,
for you."
Name your blood.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a Jefferson for you.
That's people that use their like their signs and everything. Be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm a Capricorn."
Sorry,
I'm a Pop-Tart.
Did you say a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, sorry, I'm a Pop-Tart.
A Pop-Tart. Oh, okay.
Sorry,
yeah, it drives me. It drives me. No, the reason that you act like they act the way they do is because that's how they were raised. They were raised and to act that way. It's not because of your
I just
family.
lost audio
It's not
again.
because... Oh my God, what is going on with you? Get it together, man.
I have no audio right now. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, I'm just losing audio.
Like you can't hear me at all?
I can now. I just got it back.
Okay.
Basically, right
That's
after
weird.
I stopped talking, I lost all audio, and I still kept on getting that popping. Like, it's going on right now. It just popped.
That's so weird.
No, don't cut the video or anything. Have this cut
Okay.
out. I'm gonna switch over to just earbuds.
No. I'm just gonna fluff myself. That sounds weird. I'm gonna fluff myself. Hold on.
I
Yeah,
lied.
it's just...
There. Now I have to go find those earbuds.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
They're
gonna keep
in
on
this room
rolling.
somewhere.
We're just gonna keep talking. I'm just probably gonna cut out all your audio because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's because you're raising them to act that way. So, like, if your kid, it's because of that. It's because of that's the family for you. No, it's because that's the way you are raising them to be. It has nothing to do with the family name. It has everything to do with the environment they're around. So if they are around people like that, they are going to act like that. So quit using your last name or a family name for the reason you're acting the way you do. You're acting the way you do. Your kids are acting the way they do. Your family members act the way they do because of the product. They're a product of their environment. If you want it to change it yourself. Are you back?
Oh my, yeah, I'm back. Oh my god. Had you at max. Oh, you blew out my eardrums. Ooh,
You're welcome.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, yeah, I can hear now. I don't know. I need a new headset. Mine's been dying for a while now. I need to get the regular ones. Okay, so I'm assuming you kept talking about your situation with the people using basically their family name, their signs, and everything.
Yes.
For
Well, I mean, it's not my situation. It's just
well, it's the situation. Like basically, there's a very
like
high
it's not
percentage
it didn't happen to me personally. Someone wasn't like, "Oh,
No.
sorry, he did that to you. He's Rodriguez." Like, no, it has nothing. No,
Sorry, I hit you with my car, but
I just saw it, and it just
Leo.
like it's one of those things that like really bugs me because like you're making an excuse for your kid or family member to act that way when it has nothing to do with their last name.
I am going to straight up pour a shot for what I'm about to say because I've used this phrase many times and I refuse to not say it this exact way. So I'm going to say what I have to say. Do not use your sign or your family name to cover up for the fact that you have a shit personality.
Exactly.
You are in control of you. Very little of your genetics from when you are younger is going to affect who you are as a person when you get older. The only thing that changes that is if you accept that maybe you have horrible parents. If you grew up to be a horrible person, that's not your genetics. That's the fact that you saw that and decided not to change anything. You decided to be what you were raised. You were like, that's familiar to me. I'm going to be that. You could have taken a whole 180 and be like, I'm never going to be like that. But you didn't.
True.
So you cannot say your family name as an excuse for any bad behavior or good behavior. You can't be like, oh yeah, I did amazing things. I have the Gates blood in my family. It's like, no. It's like, no, you had the opportunity, you had the resources, and you made good decisions off of it. Like,
right.
Everything you do is you. It goes along the lines of how we talked about, the justice system. And we talked about the fact that there can't be any gray spots, even though there should be, because every situation is different. Because every person is different. People have different motives for different things. People act different ways, putting them in different situations. Mm-hmm. So when everything really relies on how one person is or how one person acts, you can summarize it by saying, "Oh yeah, that's my bloodline. That's my star symbol. Like it's because there was a full moon out last night." Because I was with somebody before. I wouldn't say dated. I was with somebody that used to be like, oh yeah, like I'm probably gonna be in a super bad mood today because we're gonna have a full moon for 2 days. I'm just like, that's not how that works. Yeah, it's like they're like, oh yeah, there's been so many crazy things going on. People have been getting upset. People have been losing their jobs. Oh yeah, it's because we had like a crescent moon last night, or because we had a
Right,
like
yeah.
the moon was closer to the Earth than usual. It's like that's no, those very minimal things that the moon does to the Earth, and 0% of them are psychological. I promise you, like.
I mean, the moon changes the tides of the ocean.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that's all it does.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that's all it does besides like very few gravitational pulls, which is just in moving the ocean
Like,
and
the
other things.
The way the moon is seen by your eyes, it's always a full moon. It's always the moon. Part of the moon doesn't go away.
No,
it's just not visible.
Yeah, it's just that the sun's only hitting part of the moon at a certain angle.
Yeah, it's always a full moon every night. You just can't see some of it.
Yeah, the moon's like, oh no, there's a Capricorn looking at me right now from like Austin, Texas. I better go make sure I'm a crescent moon today. That's not how it works.
I also back in my day.
Oh, you listen to this old man over here.
When I did date someone that was they were all into the astrology.
I hate
astrology. Like the astronomical science. They would read it. Oh, hey, what's your sign? I want to read what they have for you today. I could care less what they have for me today, because what happens to me today is entirely on me.
Yeah, like very, very.
It's entirely the decisions I make.
Very few decisions are made outside of your control. Well, I mean, like, because you could get hit by a car.
That's because I decided to walk down that road.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a mixture.
It's all in your decisions.
Yeah, it's a mixture of the fact that like you decide to walk out and that person decided to,
Yeah. I got murdered in a parking garage. Well, I decided to go to that parking garage. Yeah. Everything that happens that day is based on a decision I made.
Yeah,
not what the moon says, not what the stars are like. Like, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, there's a few things I'll talk about after the show that are involved in that. If I remember, I might not remember. I don't know. But I definitely have strong feelings about people who decide that their entire life is going to be based around what star is showing at what certain time of the day.
Yeah, it's super dumb.
And I mean, I like that we went off on like astrology when this entire thing was about blaming your family.
I know. But it's essentially the same thing.
Well, I mean,
right?
if you met someone named Booth that was directly related to John Wilkes Booth, you'd probably think they're a bad person.
No.
I'm not saying you as you. I mean, like, you as, like, a collective. People would be like, people be like, oh my god, like your great-great-great-grandfather murdered Abraham Lincoln. It's like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's been dead for a long time.
Yeah, and no one in my immediate family that's alive has killed anyone. So
I was gonna be like, no one recently has murdered Abraham Lincoln, so it's fine.
Yeah, like I mean that's, but again that goes back to that was their sole decision to do that. Had nothing to do with the name. Had nothing to do with the astronomical sign. Had nothing to do with the placement of the moon. And how much the Earth was casting shadow on it.
Yeah, I guarantee you John Wilkes Booth didn't shoot Abraham Lincoln and be like, oh, sorry, I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Booth. Sorry, that's a Booth for you. Sorry, it's a crescent moon. Yeah. I had to do it.
I was going to say, by technicality, if we used our name as an excuse, we'd be doing horrible things. Because our family's kind of notorious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about all I'll say.
Yeah, we've only recently become well around folk.
Because of the decisions we made as individuals, not as a family last name. As individuals, we made the choice to live our lives the way we do.
Yeah, I didn't go out selling dope to kids in Houston, Texas, being like, sorry, I'm my last name here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
looking at you, Chuck.
I mean, it's not like he's gonna listen.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, you can't call me out on that.
But yeah, I mean, That's just, yeah, it's one of those things that, like, when I see it happen or hear it, I'm like, ugh, it's like super cringy.
Yeah, stop me.
Because I'm like, you're so dumb. Yeah, or for your kids, like, you raised them. It had nothing to do with their last name. You raised them. You taught them to be that way.
God, I imagine it's very, because I think of the political side of, like, raising kids and everything. I'm like how do you go along and not implement your political view on your children? That has to be so hard for people that are actually, like, imagine family, like, households that are, like, have always been Democratic or something, or always been Republican, and imagine, like, having a kid that, like, say you're a good person and you don't want to implement your political views on your children, which is like 5% of people that are actually political that feel that way.
Woohoo, I'm part of the 5%.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine how...
Because I don't have a political view.
I'm talking about, like, if...
But I'm not going to push that on my kids. If they want to be a Democrat, if they want to be a Republican, go for it. But have a good reason to be that. Not just, oh, I like that guy.
Yeah, don't be like, oh, my daddy's Republican, so I'm Republican.
Yeah. Or don't just be like, I like him. I like his personality. I'm a Republican now. No. Like... choose your side based on facts, not someone's personality. Because
choose everything based on facts.
Because you could have Ted Bundy can be a Republican.
He was a nice guy.
But also Jack Black could be a Republican.
Yeah.
Two different people. Yeah. Two different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, and
same party.
You look at Ted Bundy and you're like, that guy has a good personality. He looks good. But he was a bad person. Jack Black doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
Has
good person. As far as I know, he's a good person.
I would say he has a good personality, but he doesn't have a professional personality. He doesn't have a person. Yeah. He doesn't have the personality to be like, oh yeah, president. He has a personality to be like, oh yeah, I bet that guy could choke.
I'm not talking about
whole table.
Yeah, I'm not talking about them running for president. I'm just talking about, like, you're picking your side based on that personality. Yeah. So, like, don't be like, oh, I like that guy because I like his personality. No, like that guy for what he's running for.
Know the facts.
Like that guy for know the facts. I don't know how we got off on this.
Because we were talking about astrology, obviously.
We know.
Actually, no, because we were talking
last
about
names.
bloodlines.
We're talking about using a name as an excuse for your kids to act the way they do, or your relatives to act the way they do.
Obvious transition. I don't see why you're confused about that.
Yeah, I don't know how I lost track on that one. But on that note, we should probably end the show, right?
Absolutely.
This is Cameron saying toodaloo.
This is Jake saying toodles.
Thank you for listening. Follow us on Facebook.com/Absurditee69. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, Absurditee69. You can email us, absurditee325@gmail.com, and also head over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, like the video, just search Absurditee Podcast.